Right, we're wrapping this vowel point system and then we'll look at a summary by looking at Hebrew diphthongs. Now, a diphthong is a combination of vowels similar to that which we find in English. For example, if you have an A and an I sound combined, it would be I. Similar in Hebrew. You have an ah sound like the patach combined with a yod, something like this. Aleph with a patach and a yod, and that would be the diphthong I. And can you now see why you should not pronounce Hebrew vowels similar to English vowels? Because then the I sound gets completely confused with a diphthong. So you have an ah and an I sound, and you combine them, you get to the sound I. So you have a patach and a yod like that, also qamets and a yod, it's a long I sound. Then there is the patach, the yod, and in this case you have a chiriq beneath the yod as well. Similar I, it's not that well known. Then you have the sound oi. Now here you have, for example, an aleph with a vav cholam and a yod. So now you have the combination of an o and an I sound, and this becomes the sound oi. Next up you have the aleph, the shureq and the yod. Similar, this would be a ooh and an I sound combined, and it forms the sound ooh. Our final diphthong combines an aleph with a qamets, which is the ah sound, and then it is followed by a yod and a vav, and this, interestingly, is the sound aaah, which is quite common in Hebrew. Okay, diphthongs: I, oi, ooh, and aaah. Okay guys, this wraps our conversation about Hebrew vowel points. And I know it's overwhelming, and I know there's a lot to deal with, and I know that the first look at all these things can become very overwhelming, but actually it's quite simple. When you see a marker which is a straight line or a combination of straight lines, you almost always know it's the ah sound. When it's a number of dots underneath a letter, you almost always know it's the e sound. When it's a single dot underneath, you know it's the I sound. When there is a vav involved, so you have a Hebrew letter with a vav, you almost always know it's either a oo or a o sound. And then when you have a colon underneath a word, you know it's the schwa. This is the no sound vowel. And as we've said, yes, you get two types of schwas. One is vocal and the other one literally is silent. But for our practice and purposes, it is important that you know when you see a schwa, you know that you stop. You only pronounce the Hebrew letter above. And then the diphthong is a combination of Hebrew vowels, which gives us the I, the oi, the ooh, and the aaah sound. This wraps it. Next up, we will look at Hebrew syllables.